Good evening. Welcome to the State of Business on our television with me, Kavishka Pereira. Let's take a look at today's main stories. President requests trade union representatives to prevent violation of peace in state institutions. Fuel price formula needs to be revised, says Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. News in detail. President Maithripala Sirisena requested the representatives of trade unions to commit themselves to not to allow any room for conflicts within state institutions. He made this request during a meeting held at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday with the members of trade unions of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party and United People's Freedom Alliance. President Sirisena, pointing out certain unfortunate recent issues that occurred within government institutions, requested trade unions to provide necessary assistance to the government to maintain peace within state institutions in an environment where several political parties, including the UNP, are attempting to tarnish the image of Sri Lanka in the international sphere. President Sirisena further stated that it is the responsibility of trade union representatives to prevent any form of violations within government institutions. Trade union representatives who shared their views during this meeting promised their fullest support to the new government in its future activities. Ministers Mahinda Amarawira, Gamini Lokuge, Mahindananda Alutgamage and other officials were present at this event. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa assumed duties as the Finance and Economic Affairs Minister at the Finance Ministry today. Addressing the media during the event, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa stated that Sri Lanka has to stabilize the exchange rate, simplify taxes and localize the economy. The Premier also noted that considering the high cost of living at present, the government will take steps to provide relief to the public in future.
ආර්ථික වර්ධනයේ 3% අඩු මට්ටමකට පවතින බව වාර්තා වෙන ජීවන වියදම මෙම සෑම අංශයකම බදු බර වැඩි වෙලා තියෙනවා. වක්‍රහා රීජු බදු තා සංකීර්ණ මට්ටමකට පත් කරලා තියෙනවා. පොලි අනුපාතය ඉහළ මට්ටමක පවතින නිසා ජනතාවට විශාල බරක් පැටවිලා තියෙනවා කියන එක අමතක කරන්න එපා. විනිමය අනුපාතය ඉතා අස්ථාවර තත්ත්වයක පවතින නිසා ආර්ථික සමාජ හා දේශපාලන අනිශ්චිතතාවය වැඩි වෙලා තියෙනවා. අපි මේ අමාත්‍යාංශයට විශාල අභියෝග රාශියකට මුහුණ දෙන්න සිදු වෙනවා. අපි සියලු පාර්ශවයන්ට ආර්ථික ප්‍රතිලාභ ලැබෙන ආර්ථික වැඩපිළිවෙලක් අපිට අවශ්‍යයි. බදු ක්‍රමය සරල වෙන්න ඕන. මේ බදු ගෙවීමට නිෂ්පාදන හා ආදායම් මාර්ග තියෙන්න ඕන. ඒකට අවශ්‍ය වැඩපිළිවෙලක් හදන්න ඕන. සාමාන්‍ය ජනතාවට තමන්ගේ නිෂ්පාදන හා පරිභෝජන කටයුතු පිළිබඳ කිසියම් නිශ්චිත බවක් තිබෙන්න ඕන.
Speaking further, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa noted that the fuel price formula introduced by the unity government needs to be revised and a new mechanism should be introduced to bring the fuel prices in the market under control.
සෑම මාසෙකම 10 වෙනිදා වෙනකොට මොකද්ද සූත්‍රයක් වැඩ කරනවා. ඉතලා ඒකට චෝදනාව තියෙන මුදල් අමාත්‍යාංශයට. මේන් තමයි දෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ. ඉතින් අපි බලාගෙන ඉන්නවා. කීයක් වැඩි වෙයිද කියලා. මේ තත්ත්වෙන් මේවා අනිශ්චිත තත්ත්වයක් ඇති වෙලා. මේක ක්‍රමය වෙනස් කරන්න ඕන. වෙන වැඩපිළිවෙලක් ඉඳන් මිල වැඩි වෙනවා. නම් ඒක වෙන ඒ කාලෙත් විච්ච විදියට කරෙන්න ඕන. සූත්‍ර දදා මේ හැමදාම මාසෙන් මාසෙට මේකේ උඩට යන්නයි පල්ලෙහාට යන්නයි. පල්ලෙහාට යන පාටක් නැහැ. උඩට ගියාම. ඉතින් මේ තත්ත්වය අපි වෙනස් කරන්න ඕන. අපි රජයක් තමයි. රජයට මුදල් අවශ්‍යයි. හැබැයි ඒක ජනතාව පීඩණයට පත් කරලා ගන්න මුදල් නොවිය යුතුයි. ජාත්‍යන්තර මූල්‍ය වෙළඳපොළ තත්ත්වයන් සැලකිල්ලට ගන්න ඕන. විනිමය අනුපාතය ස්ථාවර කරගන්න අපි කටයුතු කරන්න ඕන. අපේ රටේ විදේශ සංචිත ආරක්ෂා කරගන්න.
Stay tuned for more news after this short commercial break. Welcome back. Convening a media briefing in Colombo today, the senior lecturers and professors of several government universities expressed their views on the current political situation prevailing in the country. The senior professor at the Department of Agriculture Engineering of the University of Peradeniya, Ranjit Premalal de Silva, made the following remarks.
Today we have seen that not only the local political groups and other pressure groups, but also international community is crying for democracy in Sri Lanka today. They are requesting us to implement the legal enactments of the constitution word to word. But if you look at what has happened in the country over the last 3.5 years, when the last government grabbed power through undemocratic process immediately after the presidential election in 2015, we saw the Prime Minister was removed from his office, the Chief Justice was removed undemocratically. The proper procedure was not followed. And also, subsequently, the government took action to amend the most supreme document in the country, the Constitution. It is not for the benefit of the people, not for the benefit of the country, but in order to ensure that one political family cannot get into the power. That was the objective of the 19th Amendment of the Constitution. Now, even after that, the previous government was not prepared to have the elections on time. The local government elections were postponed until the last minute. They came to a stage that they couldn't postpone it any further. Even today, they did not allow us to have our franchise for the provincial councils. We don't have provincial administration today. Is this a democratic process? Delaying the elections cannot be considered as a democratic process. So up to now, we have seen they have really challenged the democracy of this country. They have really challenged the sovereignty of the people of this country.
Total fish and fishery export amount of Sri Lanka in 2017 was reported to be 24,827 metric tons, with an export value of 39.2 billion rupees, whilst ornamental fish exports earned 2.2 billion rupees during the same period, the latest data shows. The latest annual review of the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development notes that the lifting of the EU fish ban in June 2016 paved the way for 7,550 metric tons of fish exports, and this marks the prospects of gradual stabilization of the Sri Lankan fish exports industry. The total fish production during 2017 was recorded as 531,310 metric tons, showing an increase of 0.07% in contrast to the fish production during the previous year. This increase was made possible due to the contribution of 449,440 metric tons and 81,870 metric tons of fish production, respectively generated by the marine and inland sectors, according to the ministry. Sri Lankan fisheries sector mainly consists of 517,000 km sea area enriched with abundant fish resource and 489,000 hectares of lagoons, estuaries and reservoirs that show high potential for development. Due to the low-level atmospheric disturbance in the vicinity of Sri Lanka, showery conditions are expected to enhance from today. Showers or thunder showers will occur at times in northern, north central and eastern provinces and in the Matale district. Fairly heavy showers of approximately 100 mm can occur at some places, particularly in the northern, north central and Uva provinces and in the Matara and Hambantota districts. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by lightning activity. Showers or thunder showers will occur at times in the sea areas extending from Mana to Batiklo via Kankasanture and Trincomalee. Showers or thunder showers can be expected at several places in southern sea areas during night. Winds will be northeasterly to northwesterly and wind speed will be 20 to 30 km per hour over the sea areas extending from Batiklo via Trincomalee, Kankasanture, Putlam and Colombo. Wind speed can increase up to 45 km per hour at times in these sea areas. Winds will be northwesterly or variable in direction and wind speed will be 15 to 25 km per hour in other sea areas around the island. Temporarily strong gusty winds and rough seas can be expected during thunder showers. Stay tuned for stock updates after this short commercial break. Welcome back. Trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a mixed note today. The All Share Price Index dropped 10.85 points to close at 5,953.47 and the S&P SL20 gained 0.88 points to close at 3,084.08. The turnover was 1.3 billion rupees and 28.1 million shares were traded. Next up is Forex rates. That's all the news we have for today. Join us tomorrow at the same time for more of the very latest. Thank you and good night.